even think of the idea of writing a book and producing the one that we have the privilege of launching this afternoon. I think there is a lesson for all of us. That a mind that is no longer thinking cannot provide leadership, because the environment is so dynamic. The only thing that is constant is change, and if a leader will be able to drive his people in an ever-changing world, the least we expect of such a leadership is the capacity to think and to think clearly. We do not have to agree with his conclusions, but he must not fail to inspire us to think and to reflect on how best to manage our environment. So I think for me, sir, you have taught us a couple of lessons that we can't have enough reason not to be able to find time to read and to appreciate the challenges that we confront as operators of state. When my brother Obeni, and I like him a lot because he talked with such force that you would think he's addressing in mass meeting or panel meetings. When at the official meetings, you find that there are people you have to plead with them to raise their voice, because they naturally wield so much power that when they talk in low tone, if you don't hear, it is your fault. But we who are on the other side, because we think people are not listening, we like to raise our voice. And I do raise mine, as I'm sure you know. But also in part because of my size. When I see already talk with God, I realize that I have a company. But since you are choosing to put capitalism as a subject of discourse, let me say that my only true understanding is that the capitalist is the guy who knows how to manage all the contradictions. You know, I read a little literature. They build homes. They end up dying without a home. You have a carpenter who spent all his time producing fine furniture, including one in this hall. You go to his house, he has no furniture in his home. You have a teacher who is even celebrated in America. I would be surprised to find that some of them do not afford school fees for their own children. So the world is full of such contradictions. We have books. As a man who is down to earth and who likes to contest every issue. And that was why on a couple of times when he seemed to be winning the argument over what is the appropriate share of the workman from the resources available to the state. And it seems sometimes I don't have a compelling answer. I tell him it is his headache. That is why he chooses to be where he is. And it is my own challenge to ask him to pay. Each time we talk, I have find him worrying about how to grow his business. But he's always concerned about the problem of Nigeria, the gap between our potential and our reality, the open abuse that we see, and the seeming incompetence that we see everywhere. And the fact that this is happening in a country that have easily the best brains on the African continent, even in the world. I know when we're talking of the contradictions,